we're with you on a bipartisan basis to try to stop fentanyl from coming in. But can you be with us on a bipartisan basis that maybe the gun manufacturers shouldn't have immunity to sell guns, to make sure to have guns get in the hands of the cartel? I understand you're not with us on wanting to prevent that in this country, but maybe together we can do it to make sure that our guns are at least not going to the drug cartels, facilitating fentanyl from coming in. I mean, when are you guys going to wake up and realize that guns are a part of this equation? I yield back, Mr. Chairman.
Chair recognizes Mr. Biggs from Arizona for 5 minutes.
I was intrigued to hear the gentleman say he didn't need to be educated, but let me educate you. For the last 7 years, I have advocated for southern-bound vehicles and individuals to be searched for guns and money. I've advocated for that strongly. I want you to be educated. Go read a book called Operation Wide Receiver. That's an ATF operation. Go read up about Operation Fast and Furious. And then go look at cross-border trafficking heading south and the few operations that we run. I've advocated for more resources to go there. We have lost our dogs that can sniff for guns and money. We have found millions of dollars and guns going across. Gun laws exist to prevent that southern crossing, but we're not enforcing it. That is the biggest problem in my mind. Now,
will the gentleman yield?
No, I won't yield. Our colleagues across the aisle regularly cite the vast majority of drug seizures are at the port of entry. I love that. I love that. You know why that is? It's not because that's where all the drugs are coming through. It's because, guess what? We inspect every person and vehicle coming through a port of entry. That's what you have down there. Isn't that true, Dr. Gupta?
I'm sorry, could you repeat the question, Congressman?
No, I can't. We have density readers. We have technology that allows us to screen the structures of vehicles being used to transport humans and drugs. Isn't that correct, Dr. Gupta, at the ports of entry?
We do have technology at the ports of entry.
In fact, they're examining a high proportion of trucks. We need to be inspecting more, whether it's in Nogales, San Isidro, all the way down to RGV. But we inspect a significant number of them, as well as individuals. If there's an anomaly in a vehicle, our density readers pick it up. We then take that vehicle, and guess what we find? Drugs. That's why we find more drugs in the ports of entry. Is that not true, Dr. Gupta?
Better screening does lead to better detection.
Right, and when you have between the ports of entry, I saw you went down to the Tohono O'odham Reservation. You went to the San Miguel Gate. I'd ask you, did you go 3 miles east of the San Miguel Gate?
I did.
And there's nothing there, is there? There's a 4-string barbed wire from San Miguel Gate that runs literally for 20 miles till you get to the port of entry at Sasabe. Did you see that?
Yeah, but I didn't see the 2,000 trucks a day that goes through there either, that I did at Nogales.
Yeah, that's right. But you know what you can see if you go there? You will see, if you wait, you'll see lots of people coming through. And you went down, I asked you last time you were here to go down with me without the officials, because the officials are going to give you that sanitized version. I asked you to come down with me, and just you and I, we would drive along there. I could show you that. We could go to Lukeville. We could go anywhere around Lukeville. We could go down to Yuma, and from Yuma and move west, and you would see massive amounts of trafficking coming across from drugs and individuals. So you missed out a little bit on that. And
I didn't, with no disrespect, but I went down there with shadow wolves in the Tohono O'odham Nation.
Yeah, I know. I've been down there with the shadow wolves myself.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The great trip.
Yes. But we get back to my point. You were watched. They took you with you. They had a message and a narrative for you to see. You need to go down without the narrative created for you. And the problem that you have here is when I'm told that you guys don't need to be educated on the other side, and that somehow we don't care what goes south, heavens, go back and watch the many times I've said we need to go see what's going south. But moreover, pull your heads out of the sand. What's going on between the ports of entry. I find it intriguing that people from the Northeast say, oh my gosh, you guys are making this up. There are videos of 3 days ago watching the traffic just outside of Lukeville, Arizona. The Oregon Pipe National Monument. What's going on? What's going on is people are moving from ports of entry. You know what the Tucson sector did last week? Over 9,000 apprehensions. Over 9,000 apprehensions. Many pounds of fentanyl coming in. That's between the ports of entry. Face the facts. Between the ports of entry is where the drug smugglers and human traffickers come. Why is that? Because all of our resources are depleted. You've got OFO working the ports of entry, but between the ports of entry, when I was last down there driving east from San Miguel Gate, do you know how many Border Patrol agents we saw? None. And when we saw a group come across, we had to get on top of the vehicle, make a call. They couldn't come. They couldn't spare anybody. Until they said, well, we got a congressman with us. Oh, okay. Next thing you know, 45 minutes later, here comes the 6 vehicles from Border Patrol. That's what's going on. Please wake up. The drugs are pouring through the ports of entry for sure, but between the ports of entry, that is where it's flowing, and we can't catch them because we don't have anybody there. Yield back.